Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are having a little bit of a look around the accusations around the bridesmaid fitting, Princess Charlotte and Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, or at the time of the event, Meghan Markle. So we're going to have a look into that and see if we can get what really happened there, because there are conflicting accounts. Of course, Meghan said Kate made her cry, and well, Princess Catherine can't really say anything back, which is unfair. So let's see what the tarot cards have to say about it, shall we? So before I begin, thank you very much for being here. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. In fact, please subscribe. If you've been here for a while, thank you so much for your support. I do appreciate you guys. Please share this around, leave a like, leave a comment. I have also started the Emotional Support Coven, which is a basically YouTube membership, £2.99 a month. And we're going to have lots of stuff going on, giveaways and all kinds of live chats in readings and things like that. So if you've already joined, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And thank you for being here. And yes, it's really cool to have you. Also, there's stuff in the description box down below about my social media. I'm on Rumble now as well. It's probably flashed up as well on the screen type thing. Okay, so without further ado, let's have a look into Meghan and Charlotte. Now, I'm going to use this deck for the overall reading, and then I'm going to have the Barbara Walker deck to look into Meghan. So we're going to start off with the overall situation first, and then we're going to look into Meghan. I'm using the Killstar deck and the Barbara Walker one there. So start off with at the heart of the situation. 5 of Cups. Regret, spitting your dummy out. Well, it's not necessarily spitting your dummy out. It's crying over spilt milk. This was someone's own fault. There is heartbreak at it. And what was crossing it? 2 of Wands. When the 2 of Wands is crossing a situation, it's about being able to compromise, work together, and share ideals, and basically share a confidence in a project you're trying to achieve. So that indicates friction and loss. Let's have a look. And there she is, the 4 of Cups, the toddler, the throwing things. So it does look like somebody is making a mountain out of a molehill here, just because there was a bit of a crossed words. With the 4 of Cups there, we can see that there is some instant kind of over dramatically crying over spilt milk, throwing your toys out with the pram, not looking at things in a positive way, everything's taken offense by, emotionally just. And the 3 of Swords, there's some heartbreak around this. There's some hurt. Instantly, there's this little squabble. So yeah, something happened. There is some hurt by it, but that's what was driving the situation as well. So there may well have been a prelude to coming into the situation with Charlotte. And people already not getting on. Two of Swords in 2 minds and weighing things up about a situation, not sure which way to go. So was this planned? Was this calculated? Was this like, I don't know whether I should take offence or not? Already they're waving the swords around. King of Pentagrams is at the other side of the situation. Okay, so there's Harry. I forgot his name there. Can you believe it? Let me see what's known round about the situation. The Hermit again, Harry. There's something to do with Harry. There was more to it than just Kate and Meghan. There's more to do with Catherine, Princess of Wales, and Meghan. Because we've got the Hermit here twice. The Hermit here twice. We've got Harry here twice. And Harry's energy is Virgo. Okay, and it was advertised as the new way of doing things. They wanted to do something different. This is not the way. So Kate's coming to probably the traditionalist. 10 of Wands, it was a burden. I think there was nothing nice about that planning of that wedding. Nothing nice at all. Because you've got burdens there, you've got heartache, you've got in your mind, you've got being dramatic over the small stuff. And then the 3 of Wands wanting to work together and looking out to the future. So that's definitely, I think maybe Kate's tried because of Harry here. And you've got the 3 of Wands there trying to trying to have goodwill when it's just been one thing after another. But there's more to it with Harry. And them saying, like, with the Star, they're trying to do new things and all that. And that's maybe what Harry's been saying on the surface of it. But it's not quite like that, because you've got all this kind of petty energy right at the start. So let's see where Meghan was, because Meghan is the one who's spoken about this. And also the one who has been cruel about this. So let's have a see what Meghan is. Ace of Swords. With the Ace of Swords there's definite feeling that she's been annoyed, she's been angry, she's wanting to get things sorted out. This was a new starting point for her. She was annoyed by other people. She's been very quick, she's been very clipped, she's been very driven, argumentative, and it's set out to fail as well. That's interesting. I wonder if that's the marriage or the relationship with the... Ooh, and the King of Cups crossing them in reverse. So Harry's got something to do with this, but there's William. And this is there is something to do with the wedding and how this behaved around Princess Charlotte, where William has got involved, because she's finding him smothering, she's finding him intrusive. Risk. She's been foolish. She's taken a risk. What is known about the situation is they seemed quite happy. They seemed to be going into it well. You know, everybody thought it was all right, but there were people who are initially were like, this isn't going to end well. Judgment, boundaries. She feels like her boundaries have been crossed. She's really annoyed, guys, because you've got risk there. She's like, which is like, look what I'm doing. I'm giving it up for you. The King of Cups and the Hermit. The King of Cups. The King of Pentagrams and the Hermit. The King of Cups is there giving me all this jip because I've had my boundaries crossed and it's not fair. I didn't want it like this. There's this petty energy at the start of it. There we have it. There's the Devil. It's the control. She's overly controlling this like kind of helicopter kind of thing around the wedding and the setting up of the wedding. I think things were sour even before she walked down the aisle. There was stuff going on with William, and William had the measure of it, and there must have been more words around this. And then you have the Four of Cups there. So she's been to Harry's went swooping on in to protect her because she's cried and been upset because you've got the Four of Cups twice there, and had this kind of temporary tantrum thing. What is known about there is a temper tantrum, and she's trying to spin it like she's been the victim. She's been the one who has been upset. Then you have Strength there, which is her and Harry together, bonding. She really kind of made a fuss with him and like done this show of strength, and that they're together, they are stronger, they are standing with each other. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. There's an impatience around this. Well, we all know that there was an impatience around this. She's not wanting to learn. She's not wanting to reciprocate. And the Seven of Wands. There was a lot of energy around, which was fighting, arguing, clashing with people. And then we have the Tower in reverse, and we all know what happened after that. She's kind of like, it's almost like she's self-hexing. I know that might sound weird to some of you. It's like her energy, nothing ever lands well, nothing ever goes as it's meant to go, because she kind of like brings this bad energy around herself. It's really, really weird to explain it. She's just like, she just seems to just kind of like think she's in the right in her mind, thinks everything's done because her ego's been at fault, charges on ahead, has no consideration for any other people, and just kind of smashes through it, and then gets a load of negative energy because of it. I'm going to have a look and see what William thinks. What was William with that situation? Show me William. Ace of Cups. Okay, because we're talking about his daughter straight away. There's this kind of like slight detachment from reality, heart chakra energy, this kind of divinity, Holy Spirit. Because we're starting right at the starting point, there is a kind of detachment from the situation. He's just thinking of his daughter. I would have, but let's see what's crossing him. There we have the Five of Cups is grief, loss, and the cups are matching the overall situation and Megan's as well. Well, the overall situation, the Five of Cups, he thinks that there's been loss, grief, there's no self-reflection. They just seem to be making their own mess, making their own karma, making their own ills. The Four of Pentacles, he doesn't think things are being handled well. He feels like things are out of control. Somebody's being too controlling, and it's making a mess of things with the Four of Pentacles in reverse there. What is known about the situation? What's underneath the situation? Because her boundaries are being crossed, the Chariot. Okay, so we're looking at two royal houses that are out of control. The Chariot in reverse comes up for them quite a lot. There is a lot of it's almost like he's got the measure of her, and at the time he felt very annoyed by it, and he feels like he's very kind of like out of control with the situation. He feels like they're like just crashing through. Three of Cups not getting on. Okay, so he already knew that there were problems, and he was trying to be nice and trying to be cordial, but he just knew that things were not panning out as they seemed. Things were not in synchronicity. Everybody was emotionally very detached and thinking very different things, even though it was meant to be family. That he knew there wasn't going to be a happy party at the end of it. The Magician in reverse here. So he's biding his time and he's not taking actions, and he's keeping his cards in his hand under the table. He's aware of what's going on, and he has probably, I'm guessing with the Chariot in reverse, maybe like started instigating some boundaries, but he's not too sure of which ones to get, but he's taking his time with it. What's on his mind? The Lovers in reverse. He thinks they're a bad match. He knew before the wedding they were a bad match. Death. He knew there was going to be change. He was unwanted change. Come on up. It's the circle of life. He knew what was coming. He knew it was inevitable. And the Moon in reverse. Okay. So there is anguish, and there was like mental health stuff being revealed. He feels this with that in the position it's in, and how that goes with the different cards there. And Harry comes up a lot in this reading. I do feel like he was concerned about Harry's mental health. It does feels like that was maybe possibly getting played on because of all the other cards here. And it shows that William at that point before the wedding was frustrated with her, was unsure of her, knew she wasn't a good match, knew it was going to bring change around, and has just been kind of like, right, I'm just going to bide my time, sit it out, do the whole never British stiff upper lip thing. And the Three of Wands. So that comes up at the end there as well. And that shows him, he was trying. They really tried to work together and do, well, William certainly did. And there was energy from like Kate and that, and probably Harry, but it doesn't look like she's ever went in and seen them anything else other than competition, because we've got the Tower in reverse there, and like I said about that self-hexing thing. So they tried to see past that. They tried to move on. They tried to maybe say it was down to maybe mental health and stress and being at this pinnacle of the whole world. And he even didn't do any action as much as he could have done. But we have the mental health card there, and that's in reverse. So it does look like he kind of like sat back from that and just, he didn't go in there and be as with the Five of Cups crossing it and looking at the cards now. I think maybe he regrets not maybe doing more. But with the Moon in reverse and everything that was happening around him, I don't think, because Harry has been that kind of like indulged, and the Hermit's there and the King of Pentagrams is there, that people didn't want to put any more pressure on Harry because of all the Harry things. He's the spare, he was in Afghanistan, he's walked behind a coffin with William and all that kind of stuff. And it's, he knew the Lovers in reverse and the Tower in reverse there. He knew before they were married that it was a mistake. And he's just been playing his cards right. And they've really tried not to go at him and tolerated behaviours that a lot of us wouldn't tolerate, because of the love of his brother and trying to be good to his brother. In essence, he's had too much love. In a way, he hasn't been as... I think that's probably changed now. I'm going to do another reading on William in a little while. But yeah, let me know what you think of the cards. Tell me if there's any insights or anything there that you got out that I maybe missed, or maybe you've got a different interpretation. Just let me know. This is just what the cards have to say about it. And yeah, thank you very much for being here. I do appreciate you guys being around. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone.